young women in their early 20s are like mythical creatures. Like they're like, I want to be on a boat, and they're on a boat. You know, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, I never had to pay for my own alcohol or my own weed until I was in my 30s. And now I pay for mine and my partner's. So, don't get old is the answer.
don't
Still
get,
it.
don't get old.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we're playing D&D where you can roleplay any age. Just please don't be below 18.
Right.
Please don't.
So far, every character I've made has been over the age of 30 or over.
I think
This is the oldest.
Mannon is like 23.
Except for Scorch, who I think goblins only live like 30 years.
Yeah, something like
So
that.
I think he was 15.
Unless you're Tegan. Tegan gets a pass. Tegan's only a
That's
year old.
old for a goblin. Jesus.
Yeah. My food is here, BRB.
What the fuck?
Food.
I only think I ever have age that is small when it's something like a robot, and it's like, oh, you were made like last year or something like
Yeah, when you're not playing by human biology rules.
that. Yeah.
I played a grandma in the last D&D event I went to in person. I played a grandma.
I hate you because I wanted to do that. I
Her
wanted
name
to
was
do-
Cobweb.
I wanted to do the little like cooking thing to hand out cookies during short rests and everything.
She handed out Werther's Originals.
Mmm.
I was also the only person at the table who like really knew how to play. So they were like, I dropped like arms of Hadar on a bunch of plants and killed 3 at once, and they were all like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "There's a bunch of grouped up enemies together. I know y'all fuckers have to have AOE spells." Like,
Look at that tail go. Like, vroom, vroom, vroom.
she's so cute.
Cats are happy. You know when you
She's
see-
like got like a Disney princess cat face.
I like how her feetsies are just out. They're just up
Yeah,
and
little
out.
feetsies.
see that is not a cat that has that is not a barn cat.
No,
But wasn't she a stray cat too, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have squirrely cats, Olivia.
What do you mean squirrely?
Boo Boo
Like
is
some
pretty
cats are just
squirrely.
like that. Like they're just like squirmy and like weird and stuff.
Is it because Boo Boo's well then again, did Boo Boo get the, what do you call it? Not spayed.
Neutered?
Did Boo Boo get neutered?
They all get neutered. City policy, state law actually. All animals in a pound, like a municipal pound facility, have to get spayed and neutered.
Yep, checks out.
Yeah.
Well, Themis be getting a little thick. Hey Themis, how's it going?
Well, Boo Boo is getting. I don't know what's up with. Our Buttons was getting weird and chasing Boo Boo last night. But Boo Boo
Buttons?
really does have to fear for his life because sometimes Buttons just goes, "I'm done with your shit."
Bah! Oh, well, I need to get my pirate music going here or something. So you guys were told to meet with the captain's roundtable at 5 p.m. and then you decided to fight some motherfuckers who had beef with Kazdel and then sleep with the bar. So
Well, some of us slept with the whole bar.
Sleep with the
I
bar
did.
or at the bar?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, in my case.
The answer is yes.
I love how Manon, who has a -1 to charisma, somehow has accidentally become like the hoiest member of this party.
The Rizzler.
Yeah, she's got a -1 to charisma, but
But she's manning.
she gives off big freak energy.
All right.
Um,
Yeah, so we'll say you awaken the next morning and all your bottoms are still in the bed with you because they're bottoms. And and they expect morning cuddles and breakfast.
That's fair.
Count not Count Zacula. Wrong campaign. Legion, did you just go sentry mode in a room by yourself? Is that what happened?
No, I had a twink that I.
Oh, that's
folded
right.
in
You folded him in
the
half.
pretzel.
Yeah,
Did you like put him in some luggage?
I imagine that he's in chains, a ball gag, and some sort of toy or something.
Did you knock on Manon's door? Excuse me, can I have the ball gag that you bought a while ago?
Yeah.
She takes it out of one's mouth and just hands it to Legion.
Yeah, what do I have? I have
And let's say the halberd has been slammed into like ceiling rafter, and he's hanging from it. Not like hanged from it, but
Yeah.
like suspended.
suspended.
Nice. I think
Yeah.
I think Kazdal chose to forego night festivities.
Yes, he pointed all the women that were interested in him towards Manon.
And Pugilist decided to sleep in the basement.
I needed noise, or I needed to be away from the noise. I know how Manon gets with our nighttime activities, but also because I was in the basement, I searched for any food and ate it.
I'm gonna just be drinking of the, or Caswell's just gonna be drinking of the bar and partying all night, essentially.
It's the morning. Oh, okay.
Partying all night.
I would. So did we get a long rest?
Yeah.
Eventually, I would have worn him out. I've got it. I might not have great constitution, but I'm still an adventurer, and they're not.
The weakest adventurer.
Yeah.
Can take 3 bottoms
you
at
also
once.
declare on your dates.
Mm.
I'm an adventurer.
You know. So I would give the bottoms about 15 minutes of cuddles. And then I would say that I was going to go order them breakfast. I would in fact order them breakfast. And then I would go find Tegan's room so I could slap him with the spell I've been putting on him every morning. And are we gonna just like hang out until it's time to meet the pirates?
No. I
could
rise
just
from my
Explore the city a
basement
bit.
dwelling with any cheeses and meats thoroughly covering my face. I'll leave coins because I'm not disrespectful. So I eat a pudula size of rations, which is probably 3 meals. How much would that cost?
Less than a gold.
He's not paying attention. Alright, cool. Okay, we'll do it ourselves. Less than a gold.
Oh, I can't hear you because you're too distant from your mic.
No, you just turn.
I just hear like, he's not making gold. Oh, like what?
Oh, I basically just ate some of the rations on the basement and left a gold. And,
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I went upstairs to go meet Manon.
Oh.
I'm in Tegan's room, and I'm trying to be like, well, if we're just gonna hang out, can you teach me more about how to do counterspell? Like, we've got time.
If you want to take 2 hours to keep practicing and learning it, you can do so.
Yeah, I will do that. I do not go back to the bottoms. I order them breakfast, and I put a note on the thing that said like, enjoy breakfast, but please leave before I come back. What do I need to roll? Arcana?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a level 3 spell, so you need to roll a 17.
I did not.
You know, you sit there for 2 more hours, and then either you decide to give up for the day, or something distracts you.
And that is Legion asking Manon, user Manon, how do we tell a knight companion to leave without being rude?
Well, you could try this. You could be like, so, I really got to get going, but we should do this again sometime. And then you pat them on the head or on the butt, and then you get them out of your room.
Okay. I don't think I want my rope back though.
Well, if they're still tied up, you could. No, that's probably rude. Tell them to keep it as a souvenir.
I mean, I'll do what Manon suggests.
Yep, the bottom seems more than pleased with the knight's activities, and says, "So, you staying in town, or?"
Possibly.
Well, you know where to find me. Walks
Yes,
out.
I do. And I'll just pat them on my head. I'll pat them on the head, and I guess Legion's hand is just as big as their face. Just his palm is just as big as their face.
Pop, pop.
Boop, boop. Move along.
You can banish them really any way you choose, if they're that you know.
Banishment.
Yeah, you could also try that.
What cleric?
I don't think I'm gonna waste a spell on that.
Banish undead, more like banish bottom.
Yeah, you can try that. There was a girl back in the seminary in Pretoria who used to do that. When she was learning banishment, that was how she practiced.
Just banish bottoms.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like there needs to be a different spell. Like a
what's
level 2 spell, banish bottom.
Yeah.
It should be cleric. What's your cleric? It's like turn bottom, turn them away.
Incite fear in bottom. And if they're too weak, it actually is destroy bottom.
Thank you.
They'll probably flip their switch.
No, turn bottom just turns them straight.
That's spicy.
Oh, unfortunate.
Well, the day is yours. You're in Rustbellow. You have morning and afternoon to come up with your own festivities.
So while they're doing the spell learning, Kazdal's actually going to go and send a letter out.
Oh.
To
Yeah.
who?
That's the question. So he would have just written a letter in his room, folded it up, and just sent it out via whichever courier service Rustbellow uses.
Yeah, there's a couple ways to go about it. Like, there is a formal person there who offers a courier service, but you can also ask a crew to deliver it via ship if they happen to be going through the area.
Okay.
But you have the option of having it sent by bird or by ship.
Bird will probably be faster.
Would be faster?
Bird.
Yeah, I'll try to send it by bird.
Okay.
Look at the map. Well, the ship wouldn't be bad. But yeah, definitely bird.
Okay. We'll say you've run into some older gentleman who maybe used to be a pirate, but nowadays needs work that's easier on the joints and is a little more cushier. So he'll ask you location, address.
I have to come up on it. Furnace Road over in Yizgarot. 5411.
Okay.
Yeah.
East Grot, we don't get much going on there. Hmm. Like, ties it up to a pigeon's ankle or whatever, and then off it goes. That'll be
Yes.
5 silver.
Oh, shit. 5 silver.
Thank you for your business.
How much gold is a silver? Oh, it says it right here.
A 10.
It's the other way around.
It's half. 10
Ah,
silver is a gold.
3
Oh.
and 5. There we go. And after that, I'll regroup with the party at the tavern.
Well,
Okay.
if we're all just fucking around for the day, I would like to. Oh, Padros would like to enjoy some of the local cuisine since he's last been here.
Now,
He would like.
user pugilist, does that mean food or people?
Well, in Manon's case, it's people, but in me, it's both.
Well, you can feel free to walk around. There are some more sit-down establishments you could eat at. Nothing's very fancy though.
I do like
Uh,
the food truckery where you like go or like stalls and pick up like things and keep going and picking up and eating.
Yeah, there's definitely stalls. They offer raw options as well as fried. Lots of
Sushi?
seafood. It's a lot of seafood. Like you
Well,
just see them like taking a crab and then they just get like a big hatchet and, and crack the crab in half.
And then I suck out the guts.
Yeah.
That sounds tasty, and I will get my crab fried too, or my eels fried. That'll be it. And I'll come back at like 4ish.
Nice. You
We
are
should,
sated.
Should we try to figure out like a proper argument against the captains?
You mean with the captains?
Or well, yeah, with the captains.
We feel like maybe a proper argument would be the Dursfell Empire is a bunch of Nazis trying to
How
take
can
over the.
we-
Fascists.
How can we like convince them that it's the situation is more dire than they might think?
Well, anyone but us and Manon should probably be talking.
Well, yes, but also you could just, as a person who is very bad at lying, like very bad at lying, I'm gonna suggest the path of radical honesty, and just be like, this is our intention. People are being tortured into becoming demonic fueled super soldiers, and the Dursfall Empire is not going to stop at that. So it's either your problem now or it's your problem later.
Hmm. Still, at the end
Because-
of the day,
Hmm.
go on.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know that there is some sort of like flashy or like charismatic argument we could make that would get them to abandon the creed of their country, I guess, so to speak.
You think maybe we could tell them that fuck, I'm kind of losing country names here.
Dursfall?
Not the country we're representing.
Australopithecus?
Australopithecus?
Maybe we could suggest that the Australopithec League would recognize them as a governmental entity.
I thought they said last time that they didn't want to be recognized as a city-state because as soon as they did, then they had to participate in. That was the reason they didn't want to amass an armada in the first place, because they didn't want to act as a whole and then be considered a city-state and then thus be subjected to the same sort of rules and regulations as a city-state, consequences and such.
Maybe they should have thought about that before making a city-state.
Right, yeah, so I think we could suggest it. Like we
Alright.
could give them like a multiple choice test, like select all that apply. Here are the things that we are in position to offer you.
All right.
Look, we have a letter of writ that would guarantee you the spoils of war, and also freedom from persecution. Option one.
Well, they just want to live their lives in their way that they see, so we just gotta
Threaten their life.
encourage them that we're gonna keep them where they are. You know, that they don't want to change, and whatever contradictions in their society there is. You know, as long as they make good food and don't stop other people from making good food, then who cares?
Well put, Pudulus.
Yes. Philosophically, I agree. But I also think that we didn't suggest that we wanted to do anything that would disrupt their way of life.
Oh, yes, that's what I mean. I was like, we don't have to threaten them, we don't have to recognize them. Just get their help to help themselves, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Do we?
So you're for the radical honesty plan and just be like, this is what we want. Doing this will help you in these ways.
Why trick and lie? We don't need to do it.
I agree.
Besides, if we get caught in the lie, we just look worse.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that from personal experience.
Are you lying to me?
1 second. Something tells me I should look out this window.
No.
Okay. I believe you because you're radically honest.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I thought I heard a crash. It was just the mailman.
Am I trying to roll counter persuasion?
Well, I was being honest, but I just wanted to see how convincing I was that I was being honest. So, fairly convincing.
Okay. I was like, if this is a persuasion off,
The
I do have
meta.
a +7.
Shit.
No, this was not her trying to persuade you of anything, just so like how believable she was in that she was being honest to you.
Damn.
From the perspective of recently playing a Phoenix Wright copycat, would it benefit us to find evidence that perhaps some of these pirate companies aren't exactly following the code?
How do you propose we do that?
It's a little bit of investigating. Just because the Anchor Master, that's not what he's called.
Just throw a title out there.
What's it-
The-
what's-
The
Baymeister.
Baymeister?
Anchor Master.
It's close enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Just because the Baymaster says it's so, doesn't mean it all of them exactly follow that same creed. We could always still ask around for the time we have before the meeting.
True, that's true. I do wonder if that runs the risk of, so let's say we ask around, either everyone's like, no, we follow the code completely, and then we alienate our chances even more, or we find evidence to the contrary, and instead of getting the help we want, they put the other companies on trial, and then we're stuck in a long, drawn-out arbitration for disobeying the agreed-upon charter.
Would there be a trial?
Well, they
the-
said that they were civilized. I imagine they don't wholesale execute people.
I mean,
They have a non-compete clause.
they have a non-compete clause. They could just, if you're going to compete, get the fuck out.
How do you get people out?
But if you
Peacefully.
collectively banish
You don't.
people, aren't
Why do you
working
think there's
together-
cannons on their ships?
Aren't
But
you
the-
working together then to banish the one
I don't
group?
think you're getting a hold of. I don't think you're. Well, hold on. This is all suspicion, and for what? Why are we looking for non-compliance people? What are we? Auditors for the pirates?
True.
Nah, yeah.
No.
It does seem like an inefficient use of time. now that I
What
keep
was so?
mentioning
What
it.
is the point? Until
unless they come up and say like something in the meeting, let's not. What do they call it? Spin bacon to eat. What are we doing? Spinning our bacon? Spinning our I don't know. Spinning our
No
intestines?
chickens?
Hmm.
Spinning our wheels?
Yeah, that one with food. Yes, we can't be spinning our cheese wheels.
Hmm. Hmm. You're double baking your bacon, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no need to bacon when you're already bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
It was just an idea to throw out.
I think it's a good idea. I like that you bring up ideas.
Well, we could come bearing gifts, I guess.
What gifts do we have?
Buy the well, no, they already had expensive liquor there. If we buy expensive liquor, we'll just grab something from the shelf.
Sure. We could find them very big fancy hats.
We have extra magic items.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
We could see if there were any fine frock coats in town. I don't know, or
Good
we just go take a walk and then come back at 5.
good waterproof boots.
I think
There we
should,
go.
just go out and walk and let fate hit us.
think
I
we
know what
should
I'll
at
do.
least-
I put my hand on the coin I wear around my neck for Tamora, and I pull it off. Like I unhook the charm so that it's just a coin, and I flip it. Okay. If it's heads, we go see what fate has in store for us, and if it's tails, we continue.
Investigating.
I don't. Yeah, we continue fucking around and trying to find something, something to do that will aid us in this endeavor.
Actual coin incoming.
Are we in favor?
We're in favor.
What is your thoughts? Or
Just we
It
should probably
is-
go and eat the coin.
It's heads. We see what fate has in store for us.
Let's go.
All right. Got a drink,
Um,
son?
Yeah. Also, I hope that I put my coin back, and I hope that nobody looks close enough to see that it is a double-headed coin.
God.
Passive perceptions, go.
All right.
15.
Oh, wait.
sleight of hand.
I have an unnatural 20.
Okay, hold on.
If your sleight of hand, which is plus 20, is somehow less than 15,
Holy shit.
Never mind. I thought I had to build a better fucking thing.
Oh my.
Flips coin, catches, does the thing, and then shows it. Oh, look, it's heads. Puts it away.
Yep.
like to my eyes, it just pops out of existence.
Man, and you devious bitch.
Does the coin roll finger thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Manon has considered a second career in close-up magic.
No, I can't do it. Wait. You just flipped the coin. Do you actually have a double-headed coin?
No.
Oh.
I actually flipped a regular coin, and it was heads. I just thought that Manon would absolutely have a double-headed coin.
Man is totally a trustworthy person.
Do we know anything about the other captains? Other than my base historical... No, I don't even have historical knowledge of them. I just know their names and some of their, name of their pirate crews.
Mm-hmm.
As far as your party's concerned, I mean, your awareness of the round table captains, like, because the city has a hierarchy to it. There's, like, you know, the lower plebs. You've got the the more like
Plebs.
I guess you could say like middle class crews and companies. You've got some of them who are kind of on the up, like in the upper class of the hierarchy, but not quite the top.
Is it
They're
like
doing well.
Is it like your section of the ship determines your class?
No, like crew hierarchies. So like some crews are like, you know, it's
Because you have your officers.
think of it kind of more like how, a good comparison. I'll throw an anime reference out. One Punch Man. They have like the different classes of heroes.
Oh,
So like
I
there's
thought you were
like
gonna
there's
say
like
one.
Moomin Rider, but then there's like those class S fucks. It's like that, but instead of heroes, they're crews and ships. So like some crews are really notorious and wealthy, whereas other crews are like riding around in like a
Would-
little Jolly
A
Roger.
dinghy.
Yeah.
Would you want to be like the lowest member of a high crew? Or would you want
Yes.
to be the highest
Yeah.
member of a low crew?
Well,
Lowest member of a high crew.
I guess it depends on what you're looking for, but you'll
Is-
get more. You have better reputation as a whole in society if you're tied to a high crew name.
Is it
Even
just,
even
like,
if you just swab the fucking deck, like you can still say I'm part of like the fucking the aristocratic.
Part of the Frozen Road.
Yeah.
The Frozen Rose.
Yeah.
We're part of the Moon Eaters.
Because is it like, are there not fleets? Like does like the really high captains, do they have just a single ship or do they have multiple ships?
All crews have are authorized to have one flagship. They can have other boats and smaller ships, but like they're not like authorized to have like what you would define as a fleet. If I'm making sense.
Mm, a
It
little
was like
bit.
they can have their like daily driver, and then they can have like the fancy one. So
Yeah.
like their flagship is like the really nice one that they would use most of the time, but then like they could use one ship, like a backup ship, or like a smaller ship for coast work or something like that.
Yeah, or like if they want to just in-house take care of business, because like there is more business to what they do than just sail around and sink ships. They have other business dealings and operations to attend to. So yeah, they have other ships for deliveries and sending communication and whatever. But they have one big flagship that actually goes around and does pirate shit. If you've got more than one of those, you're out of compliance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I get it. So they have like a dreadnought,
Yeah.
and the rest of the fleet, quote unquote, is support vessels or other vessels that support the crew, but not the one ship crew, the organizational crew.
Precisely.
They don't pirate. Okay.
Yeah. They're logistical.
So we're gonna go like walk around the town and see what trouble we get into, or what if we get any inspiration as we like travel the city, right?
Yes, you can. Finishing what I was meaning to communicate. So
Yes.
you all have some history with Rustbellow.
Mm-hmm.
Being new to the city, Manon was probably a little more exposed to the everyday like Class C crews who were just, startups, or maybe are kind of bad at doing the whole pirate thing. Maybe they have too much morality. Whereas Kazdel wasn't quite a pirate. You were on the mercenary side of things. You had notoriety, which means that big names know who you are, but you were not necessarily included in the upper crust dealings of the round table. So like you're aware of them and they may have heard of you, but you guys did not operate in the same sphere.
Yeah, it's like I imagine like all the pirate crews would deal with like the obviously the water side of things, whereas like my crew mercenary stuff would be like north of Rustbellow and the actual like land portion.
And yeah, you weren't involved in like, you could call it, I guess, government dealings, but you are familiar with a few of the crews. But granted, you haven't been in Rustbellow for a while.
I think it was at least 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So the list of crews you're familiar with may not be the full round table.
I'll have spent the time telling them what I remember from when I spent like 6 months here when I first came to the continent, all of that stuff. I was like, well, we could see if any of my old crew is in port. They might have a little bit more. If what we want is gossip about the members of the the captain's table, they
Yeah.
might have a little bit more information for us and be willing to talk to an old friend.
I am down for that idea. I would at least like to know the names of the people we'll be encountering before we encounter them.
Sure.
User Pudulus,
Yes.
you're a good conversationalist during a meal. Could you assist in some manner?
Who has the highest charisma among us?
I think it's Pudulus because he's a paladin.
+2. +2. Do you know what my persuasion is?
You said it's +7.
It is +7.
What the fuck?
I'm known for my dinner conversation, but take me off the plate and I may falter, but I will do my best.
Pudge, I have the best idea. Why don't we spend our... I mean, we'll see if there's any of the crew of the Cursed James in port, and we can talk to them or whatever. But why don't you put together, like, a fabulous meal to give to the captains? And then you can, like, share your culture and, like, you know what I mean? And persuade them in the way of your, divinity.
Ah, yes. I should make a holy meal, a holy hot pot.
Exactly.
Holy
Put
hot
together
pot.
a wonderful meal for them, talk to them, and like everybody is more likely to listen if they've got a full belly. And you are a gourmand.
I am a gourmand. Alright. Pudulus will begin to collect. Here's the items: a bunch of crustaceans, exclusively crustaceans, eely things, wormy things, not kind of fishy things, or snaky things. And he will get like a barrel, like a fire pit barrel. He's gonna get something like that, and that is what he will use to stew his magnificent stew full of meaties, creepies, and seaweedies, and all these kind of things.
You're doing a crawfish boil.
Yeah,
You were doing a crawfish boil. Okay.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
Does a
Yeah.
crawfish boil include eel?
This one could.
Well, it does if Pudge is making it.
Alright.
This is a holy brew.
Yeah.
Let me
Incredible.
baptize this brew. Anyways, so I'll start making that in. Where's the meeting?
It's at Kuraga's on the
Karada's
second floor.
swill tap.
I'll just put it like right outside the tap, and I'll just be like making that.
So, Kazdel, roll a history check for me.
History.
I'm gonna add a secret ingredient.
What
Radishes.
the heck is history?
No.
Dust
Let-
of deliciousness.
I'll let the crew see if they can figure out the.
Do you have dust of
Wait.
deliciousness?
I do.
Oh my god!
What is this, A1
I do. I do actually have Dust of Deliciousness, a full bag. I'm like, Pudge, I've been carrying this around for like just the perfect moment, and I'll share it, and it's like this beautiful like sack of like spices.
Oh my god! I'll take this. I haven't seen this in years. Thank you. Just gets the bag.
This is gonna be
Yes.
amazing.
Wait till I find out what the secret ingredient is.
Is it not dust of
Yep.
deliciousness?
No, that's the obvious ingredient. But there's a subtle.
You put-
ingredient.
That was my bag had a full 6 charges in it, so you
Oh.
just put 6 servings of.
I
Well,
like-
I think one
Flavor
charge
text.
for one person. Yeah.
The secret ingredient is Pudge's bathwater.
It's his jar of grease that he uses for
No.
smite.
Oh my god, it's like you know how people collect grease after time they make some fucking fatty pork or something? It's like but it's the same tub of grease that I've been collecting and it's been going along with me this entire time.
It's well seasoned.
Well seasoned.
Many bacons have been made in here.
Kazdel, with a roll of 9 on your history, some knowledge that you have learned about through reputation that is shared around town. Captain Salem of the Hellborn Killer is one of the most tenured members of the Round Table. They've been a high-ranking crew for a very long time. And they have been known to be, even among pirates, questionably moral. Like, they are people you don't want to cross on the high seas. And even though there's laws among residents of Rustbellow that pirates cannot attack or harm each other, there is rumors that some who have gone missing or mysteriously sunken ships have been at the hand of him, and he's never been caught. But it's just a rumor. And then...
And you said surprisingly immoral?
Not surprisingly moral. Questionably immoral.
Suspiciously
Like,
moral.
even among pirates, generally speaking, have a lack of morals, and
Yeah.
but even among pirates, this guy seems like a pretty rough individual who maybe just threw ethics out the window completely.
Okay, so he's just alright. Got it. When you first said that, I'm like, this guy's a good guy.
No, bad.
Okay.
And then at surface level, Captain Murdoch has been known to be one of the more of the Round Table. He is probably the most tenured. Probably been there just a little bit longer than Captain Salem. And he, on the other hand of the spectrum, tends to be a little more the voice of reason and advocates for the people of Rustbellow to the extent that the culture of Rustbellow will allow somebody to advocate.
Okay.
And then,
Wait.
you know of Captain Mazoga, but you haven't heard shit.
So, this meeting we have at 5. We're not seeing like the best example I could come up with. We're not seeing the Supreme Court, are we?
The Supreme Court?
Yeah, we're seeing are we just seeing like a lower court circle below the Round Table dudes?
Representatives for the guys.
Are we seeing the captains themselves, is what you're
I
asking?
think that we're
Yeah.
seeing the Round Table.
Yeah, you're seeing the captains.
Yeah, we're seeing the captains.
Okay, cool. Just
Kaz leaned on his reputation with the Baymeister last night, and he's like, "Yeah, I could put together a meeting with the Round Table."
Okay.
That's what happens when you're famous, Kaz.
We shared a drink.
Yeah. You wanted to go speak to the Cursed James.
Yeah. See if they're in port.
Yeah, go ahead and make a D20 luck roll.
All right.
And because you're a follower of Tamora, add 3 to it.
Okay.
If you roll higher than
It's a 5.
Never mind. So you go walking
Yeah.
around. Maybe you talk to the harbor master,
Mm.
and
Not Harbor Meister.
No, not the Baymeister. Whoever's on shift to be the harbor master that day is like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they left port like 2 days ago. Haven't been back yet.
Ah. Well, hell.
Hmm.
Any, uh, they usually aren't gone for more than a week.
Yeah, I imagine that we'll probably be getting out of here maybe like tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think we'll be still around by the time they make port. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you a gold if you'll give them a letter from me when they make port. Give it to the
sure.
captain.
I can assure you that I'll get it to them.
I'll write out a letter that's basically like, "Hey, sorry I missed you. See if you can get somebody in contact with me when you make port. Your old friend has a." I'll just give him like a brief rundown of the fact that I've gone on adventures in high places and made a fuck ton of money, and that I'd like to touch base with him.
Very good. I'll include it with their next billing statement.
Great.
Bill letter.
Yeah. And then I would like to see if you could you. There's a really nice haberdashery in town the last time I was here, but I can't seem to remember where it's located. I've been wandering around for like an hour and a half trying to find it.
Haberdashery?
Yeah, come on.
Hat
They
maker.
make hats.
Oh.
He'll take you over halfway across town.
It's like, this dumb bitch can't find her way out of a wet paper bag. How'd she miss this place?
He's just gonna take you to Jimothy's Codswallop Parlor.
Schmitty's Codswellop part. Is Codswellop his last
Excellent.
name?
You
Fantastic.
he leads you over to this
Look at that hipster hat.
large, the paperboy hat. This large
love Never take it off.
This large building. It's like a warehouse, but it's made out of like some warped wooden boards and shit. And as you walk in, it looks like a small business pawn shop that never hired a manager has been running for a little too long.
Excellent. Excellent.
Like,
My favorite kind of
things
place.
are not categorized or organized. Nothing's in cases or like hanging on the walls. It's just like a bunch of shit strewn about. Feel free to take your pick of the lot and see if you can find any hidden treasures. And there are hats.
There
Yeah.
are hats.
I'll spend some time perusing looking for a very fabulous hat.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll try and get hats for everyone.
You've got Jimothy behind this like antique looking counter, and behind him he has like, this place is strewn with all kinds of knickknacks and weapons and items, but he reserves his finer collections that he receives in the shop behind him, behind the counter. And something in high demand are luxury hats here.
Of course.
And there are quite a few hats. Some of them are a little more like folded over like that, and then some of them are like wide brimmed. Some of them are a little more like witch huntery, where it's like tall in the center and then short around the brim. Some of them have big, fluffy quills, and others have little jewels strapped to the front with a little belt. This is, yeah. What kind of look are you going for, sweetheart?
Well, so this is a surprise for my friends. So I'm getting one for myself, and then I'm also going to surprise my friends with hats. This is their first time for some of them in Rust Bellow, and I'm trying to like really get them a souvenir worth remembering. So I would like one that is like jeweled around the brim, and like
Mm.
befits a lady of my station. Um, I am tall and skinny, and um, you know, doesn't actually look like much of a lady, but I'm clearly wearing a lot of magical items. So, you know. And I'm like, so one of my friends is like a lizard man of porcine proportions, and I hold my hands out for about how big Pudge's head is. And I've got a friend. All the rest of my friends are real big, and I'm like, I've got a friend whose head's about this big for Legion, and I'm like, and I got a Dragonborn fella, um, and I would like to find a hat for him that will be elastic, so it will grow when he grows in size.
Well, all my equipment, no matter what, grows with me.
By magic.
Well, I
means.
don't know that.
Are we all with you, or are you?
No, this is a surprise.
No.
She told y'all to fuck off. She's shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Shut
all
up.
tried to follow me, I would just have lost you.
Right.
I'll be like, I'm gonna go do some shopping. I'll meet you back at like 3 p.m. Plenty of time.
Okay. Yeah, you asked for one that's has jewels on it, and he finds one, and then what he does is he goes into like his little jewelry box and starts fishing out pieces of gems, and he starts embedding them with this strange adhesive onto the brim here all around. They don't seem to match though. It's like emerald, sapphire, ruby, bits of gold and diamond.
Any gem they could get their hands on?
Yeah, it's just
Oh yeah, no, I want it to look like an estate sale exploded on my head. Like, I'm about it. I'm like over there like giving suggestions, and I'm like, oh my god, that looks fantastic. What if we put some like rhinestones up like this way? I think that
and then he gets some gold chain that he finds, and along the brim you've got like little chains kind of like hanging like that.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
And then he gets he sews a little bit in the center here just above the jewels, and he has like a little he gets a little wax stamp, and he goes would you like a wax design stamped on the front?
No, actually. I've got an idea though. And I will pull a platinum out of my bag. I'm like, what if we put this on the front?
Takes it, adheres it on. What do you think? Any other accoutrement you're looking for?
It's got the chains. It's got the. I try it on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Stunning.
Wonderful.
Befitting of a
Fantastic.
woman of your station.
Excellent. Excellent. Ooh, do you think that somebody might try and pickpocket me while I'm wearing it?
Well, it's possible. I mean, here in town, that's strictly forbidden.
Of course, yeah. I just really enjoy having the opportunity to like embarrass people whenever possible. So if somebody tried to pickpocket me, it would just really make my day. Because then I could shame them in public. But and then I will pick out slightly less ostentatious hats for my partners. Legion is definitely getting like the Witchfinder General hat.
Okay, witch hunter hat for Legion.
It's got
And
On the side of it here, where like the centerpiece is, there's a little candle on the side there.
fantastic. Oh, we can light it with his flaming halberd. It'll be great. And then for Pudge, I'll say, do you happen to have a chef's hat?
He looks behind them at all the fine hats. Hold on. He goes around to one side of the store. You see him pull out a box. Dust. And he starts pulling out like newspaper boy hats, straw hat, the
Trophies.
chef hat. And this chef hat is like one of the really tall ones.
Fantastic. And I would like to put a wax emblem on this. Could you put the wax emblem of a fork on the front of it?
Sure. He takes out some hot wax and pours it on, and then he takes a fork, looks at it, presses the fork, and then because of the length of the fork, it needs to be shorter. He gets a little rod and just presses it to create it to look like it looks like a full fork.
Fantastic. Or Kaz. I will see if I can find if he has in stock any hats that have like giant motif.
Okay.
Giant motif.
Yeah, like runes or like it doesn't have to be like real runes because like he can make his own, but I think he would find it he would think it was a really nice gift if it fit his general aesthetic.
He thinks hard about it. Are you looking for a hat or are you looking more for a helmet?
Well, a hat. My man is very well armored already, but I want to give him something that's got a little bit of like panache. So like maybe it's a hat and it's got instead of having like the decorative.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
Is that your camera or is that Discord?
I don't know. I don't know why that happens. Why does that only happen to me? I'm like thumbs up and it's like thumbs up. Hearts. I got fireworks to go off the other day. I don't fucking know.
Do you pay for the special Discord?
No.
I don't know how else to say it, but you know, maybe it just hates you or likes you.
Maybe.
Maybe it just picks up on your festive energy.
Oh, that's it. So instead of having like a jeweled hat band, it's armored, like scale mail around the brim.
Yep, I've got some leftover pieces that I can kind of fashion onto it. He gets the hat, and he finds some scale mail, carves it up to fit onto the hat, and he ends up kind of like threading it on with some metal wire. And on the scale mail, he will somehow... It's like branding, but I guess it's for metal. Ends up branding
embossing, I think.
Embossing rune designs into the scale mail. And then, of course, he finds some like stretchy elastic material, and he tries to implement that into it so it can grow as he grows.
Fantastic. You do amazing work. How much do I owe you?
For all this, well, with the jewels, 50 gold.
Okay. I tip him 10 extra gold on top of it.
Oh.
Well, because you were able to do my custom orders for me in such a timely manner. You know, real artisanship should be appreciated. Thank you, Jimothy. And I'll head out burdened with my giant hat boxes. I could put them in the bag of holding. I do have an empty bag of Legion holding.
Okay, yeah.
Quick question. What do you use for your camera?
Mine? It's a Razer.
It's okay, never mind then. Wait.
What is it? It is a Razer Kaio. It's pretty old.
Okay. Because I googled it and apparently it happens on like iPhones or like Apple systems.
Oh, I have a Mac Studio for my computer.
That's why. Apparently, if you like hold thumbs up for 5 seconds, it'll do like the
Oh,
fireworks or whatever. Like,
yeah, I have
any
a
gestures.
Mac Studio.
That's why I like that. That's cool.
Boozy bitch.
Not bougie, boozy.
Both.
Boozy
Both.
bitch.
Sorry, I think I'm getting sick, so words. Um, yeah, and then I'll meet them back there, and I'll hand out the hats.
Okay,
Ooh.
do you go back and you just see Pudulus like stirring
Hmm.
like a pot of hot pot?
Yeah, and I'll put my hand in the bag of Legion holding, and I'll pull out the hat box, and I'm like, Legion. That I'll start with Pudge. Pudge, I got you the best thing. And I open the box as he's stirring and show him the chef's hat.
For me?
For you.
Oh, I stop stirring and I kind of like, can you dawn it onto me?
Absolutely.
He takes like a kneel and then
And I put it on his head with all of the solemnity of someone crowning a king.
in front of a bar in the street.
Yes.
He says, "Thank you. My faith has always shown that has always taught me to be a cook, but now the world will know." And he gives you a hug, but he can't really fit his whole arms around you, so he's just.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to stirring, and you also notice a small pile of fur next to the cooking pot. And
Are
tails.
there rat tails?
Bigger.
Like cats? Does this mean
Bigger.
put cat dogs?
When you-
Wolves?
When you suggest
what-
dogs, he like kind of looks at you and goes,
Alright.
"Rustboro street dogs, quite the delicacy."
I've eaten worse stuff.
Listen, a long time ago, the pirates of Rustboro didn't have any real farms. They had a lot of dogs, and somebody figured out you can ranch dogs. So rations used to be packed with dogs. It's gotten out of style nowadays, but it's an old treat for old pirates.
Well, that's really thoughtful. I look at Ralphie, who is like probably. Can Ralphie eat the scraps?
Yeah, sure.
Here,
I set Ralphie down to dispose of the evidence.
Dispose of it.
And then as Legion and Kaz come back, I will give them their hats. Legion. Now open the box.
Legion will take out the hat. It's got. Describe it for me again. It's got like.
So it's got like a cylinder in the middle that's sort of tall and high, and it's got a candle stuck to one side of it. It's got sort of a small brim, almost like a pilgrim hat, but it looks like a pilgrim hat if the pilgrim would fuck you up.
like the old buckle hat times.
Like
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Think Victor
Warhammer-esque.
Saltspire.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking. You see the little a little tuft of he's been in so many fights. It's probably just like a tiny little thing, but the little tuft of the feather that used to be his main thing that sticks out of the top of his head just like integrates back into him. Like his helmet opens up and then it goes back into it, and then he just puts the hat on top, and you see a bit of the armor start to integrate into the hat.
Incredible. It's even better than I imagined.
Like the front's got now has like a plate, a little bit.
Excellent. Well, and Legion, the candle, you could light it with your flaming halberd.
I haven't turned it off, ever.
Yeah.
So he does like a little point the candle forward and puts the thingy to it.
Excellent. And I assume Kaz comes back last because he's probably doing actually useful things in town. And when he comes back, I'm like, Kaz, I got you a gift.
Hmm.
And I open the hat box. And it's like wide brim, folded up pirate hat, metal band of armor, stamped with like as close approximation as giant runes as could be managed by a man named Jimothy.
By the way, if you never turn that fire weapon off, I'm gonna totally. If you don't put it in your bag of holding, I'm gonna make you roll for mishaps.
All right, fine, I'll turn it off. But if it looks like we're gonna go into a fight, that's like the first signal. I'm turning it on. Because my fucking bonus action economy is goddamn terrible.
Mm.
This hat is amazing. Thank you. I'm gonna put the hat on. Take a rune out of my pocket, stick the rune on the hat.
Wonderful. That's what I said. I told him that I wanted it to be giant motifed, but like you would be able to do your own runes on it. So
Mhm.
Are your runes like cards? Can they just
They-
be like...
Some of them are like just stones that are like carved in. The one I put in the hat is like a thin stone, like almost like a skipping stone, with just like a rune scratched into it, or like chiseled into it.
now I think that we are decked as befitting people who have an audience with the Captain's Roundtable.
As you're doing this, I mean, you're outside stirring that pot of food. People keep coming up to you, Pudge, and they just have money in their hands, and they start handing you money, and they expect a bowl.
No. One, it is not ready. Two, it is not for you.
You say
You
that,
need to, like,
and then
guard the...
the guy walks off, like, flicking you off, and then another person comes up, and that's just gonna keep happening. People start lining up.
Did-
They think he's a food. They think Pudge is a food stall.
Pudge is a food stall.
Yeah, I'll just keep dismissing them all. Unless they're a captain. And even then, not yet. I'll tell them this is for the captains. Or what are they called? Are they the captains? The 5 captains? The round table?
Yeah,
This is exclusive for the round table.
What do they call the head of the crews? Because obviously they are captains of the head ship, but they are more than that, right?
round table captains.
Okay, round table captains. This is for the round table.
I'm still confused on actually how many captains are on the round table.
5.
Is it only 5?
Only 5.
Alright.
I wasn't able to find out. Wait, can I try to find out?
If you want to take some time before your meeting, you can ask around.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to a guy waiting in line and be like,
What
"So
are the
you know,
guys
this is a
looking for?
this is a meal
Puppy?
for the captain." Speaking of which, how many captains are there? Been some time since I've been Rustbellow.
They're gonna be like a congress of people.
You walk up to this pirate of let's see here, what 3. So there's this guy with like rough spun pants, no shirt, looks kind of poor, and you walk up to him and go, "How many captains are on the round table?" And he goes, "Ah, the round table, fuck them. I don't know. There's too many, if you ask me."
That doesn't
How-
help.
That's where you go. How many is too many?
How many is too many?
I don't know, like 20.
20?
Do you know how to fucking count?
He doesn't know how to count.
Legion Sans 1,000 Souls is very sassy.
Yeah, but if you keep going around asking people, there seems to be a consistent answer of 9.
Okay. But
Just
for
takes-
that guy in particular, I'm kicking him out of the line.
That's because 9 pieces of 8.
So you're kicking him out of line. So you're saving him time because everybody else is just gonna get kicked out of the line.
Oh,
All of them
true.
a food truck business. They can smell the dog.
Well, really, it's 9 captains, but it's 10 if you include Baymeister,
Mm.
Oh,
who's
is it
technically
like
not a captain.
Is it like the member of parliament, like the one that gets picked to be the order?
Yeah,
Because they're no longer a voting member anymore.
yeah, they can have an opinion, but
You know.
Um, once enough people have harassed Pudge, I'll actually just set Ralphie loose on them to bite them.
they all start scattering. Ah!
Albert!
Nice.
The cutest, smallest owlbear ever.
Ice ankle biter.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to level up
Yeah,
Ranger
something-
more if I want him to grow up, actually.
I want something stronger than a chihuahua.
Mm.
Is there anything further you want to do or discuss before your meeting in the afternoon?
No, but I will have to bring in this pot, and I will have to lift it and take it up to River.
We could lift it.
Yeah, it's like we can assist.
Yeah,
I'm not helping.
I'm not helping.
I knew you weren't.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use the restroom and then we can move to the next scene.
Yeah,
For those
submit
San
my work for the
Antonians,
week. I
I'm
never
gonna go
submitted
to
it.
the Leica cafe.
You look like you just figured something out.
Oh, I did. I just was looking to see when Ralphie got to get big. If I get to level 7, he grows wings
What the?
and has a flying speed equal because I reskinned a Drake Warden.
Okay.
So he grows wings, so he gets a flying speed, and then I can ride him.
Oh my god. When can you get him pitbull size?
That's when this is basically when he gets to be the size of a medium creature.
Oh, so he's gonna be one pitbull.
Yeah. Let's see. At level 15, he gets large. And at level 15 he gets to be large, and then he I can fly when I ride him.
I don't. Do we have enough levels for you to get to level 15 in Ranger? No.
No, I would have to lose some levels in Rogue to get there.
Wait, what level are we? Like
We
14, right?
are 14.
Okay.
I got 11 in Fighter and 3 in Barbarian.
I have 9 in Rogue and 6 in Ranger.
Full paladin.
I will actually be just leveling Rogue for the rest of it, I believe.
The Rizzler. I'm gonna start making these rant that Sam called me the Rizzler.
I can't hear you. You're too far away.
I'm just gonna turn on my mic. I turned it down a while back.
Mm.
No, it's at max. What the? Open your ears.
Swallow it.
I have your volume on mine turned up all the way.
Okay.
Like,
All right. Well, I've heard 2 people say it's too low, so I'm gonna turn it back up.
oh shit.
Okay, I upped it.
Yes, better.
I'm gonna start demanding that Zab call me the Rizzler. That's it.
Excellent.
The Rizzler. Manon, while I'm putting my hat on, while you did not have the same privileges as Kazdel, you can make a history check to see if you know anything about the captains on the round table.
Alrighty. 16. Oh, I should have gone to get my hat.
Do we?
Are we putting on hats? I'm gonna go put on a hat.
She was a little excited about that. She's ready.
I don't have a hat. I have a helmet and I can't wear it.
I have a helmet and I can't wear it.
This is the napping hat.
Why?
Is that a witch? I love it.
I'm the witch.
The witch.
Has to go on top of my thing.
I do. Oh my gosh, I like how you're having to balance that hat, Jen.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like mine has to go over my thing, and I'm like, this is hard. It is not like what I'm doing. But look at her hat. It looks so cool.
You need to get like a string, Jen, to where you can like strap it. Get it to
She's
stay.
going on dates with that fucking hat.
Yes,
Haven't
I
you?
have. Why wouldn't I?
It's so
I
good.
got laid too.
In the hat?
Damn.
No, I took the hat off.
Damn, that's not as
The
cool.
hat stays on during sex.
Jen, with a 16, I will let you choose a captain that you're aware of on your list of captains to learn about.
I would like to learn about Captain Ashburn of the Weeping Angel.
So, Captain Ashburn is actually, I think they're the newest member of the Round Table. Let me confirm in my listed lore here.
Laura
Yes,
said, make sure
she
she's
is
on
the
Laura.
newest member of the Round Table, which, of course, that's why you know about her. And she, notably, is a Aasimar.
Oh, is she real hot? That's probably the other reason
She
why
is
I remember
hot.
her.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
is
That's probably
conventionally
the biggest reason.
she is conventionally attractive. She looks quite young. She was a very successful up-and-coming pirate, new on the scene, kicked ass, took names, and acquired wealth very quickly.
Girl boss.
Mm-hmm.
And her reputation is, she is, I wouldn't say aggressive, but she holds her ground very firmly, and she knows what she wants and she goes after it. But she seems to be someone who stands for a set of morals as well, and she has contributed to the Round Table by coming in and having a little more progressive attitude toward ethics.
Now is a good time.
For?
Put my cat's nails. I've been meaning to put them forever.
No better time to clip their cat's nails than in the middle of D&D.
Honestly, I've done it.
Okay, so you haul your pot of hot pot up to the room come 5 o'clock.
I put my halberd, my flaming halberd, underneath the hot pot to keep it hot.
That's funny.
So it's like I have it on like 2 cement bricks or something like that. Or I don't know if they've invented cement bricks in this world, but like bricks, like have it lifted and elevated so you can put the halberd underneath it, so it's not crushing the halberd. Jen and her reasonable hat. Jen with the tomboy hat.
A manageable hat.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
I'll have to
I
wait
decided to
for
put on my
next week.
fuckboy hat.
I'm not gonna be the only person without a hat.
What's that logo?
This is my flight school hat.
Oh.
Are you a pilot? Oh my god, that's so hot.
This
Can I
is
go
a
on a
metal
date?
band.
Can I go on a date with you, with me and my friend?
If you pay for yourself, yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty easy deal then.
We need more fuckboy hats in this chat.
I don't have too many fuckboy hats because I'm not a fuckboy, but I am a piece of shit.
Now you're wearing 2 hats.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm under-hatted.
This is a farm fresh. It's a little orange. It's a little orange in the frog.
I like to think that
Oh.
it says farm fresh and it's just like an ass peach.
Yeah, it's a peach. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I wish. I'll get them. I'll get more fruit frogs.
Call me James and the Giant Peach. It's just me with Nick's fat ass.
All right, all right. Send that man to confino.
Horny jail.
Where did Lord go?
I think he ran out to get more hats.
I won't be outed by this bitch.
Yes!
The tiny hat.
Yes! Yeah, you should have gotten that for Casdell.
The plebeian.
The giant. Instead of going, all right, I need a big hat. No, let's go with small hat.
It's
That
just-
gets smaller when he gets bigger.
Yeah.
Plebeians with only a single hat. I need to clean that. I put it on a band-aid.
Does the helmet
think-
count?
I think my hat counts twice because I made it.
It sure
That's
does.
true. It's a very cute hat.
Oh my gosh, up close it looks amazing.
You should definitely post those pictures of what you did when you made it. Like, it was super good. Like,
Oh. Yeah.
my angle, always just making Jen show off her art.
Lord,
Yeah, hold on. I
all
will.
of the hats. Are you gonna be able to fit your headphones over that? Oh my god.
Man has 4 fucking hats.
Nobody out hats the hat.
There.
Oh my god.
I just posted. I just posted the link to my Instagram post with like the full look. I made the frog too.
Almost lost a
Zach's
sword.
pulling out the TIE fighter helmet or whatever.
I can't put this on.
You can't.
You're gonna have to put it over your headset.
I can't put it over the headset. It's a helmet. Well, Red 5 standing by.
Red 5 standing by. Oh.
I have one more. It's just one more scene. It's old.
You managed to haul your cauldron of brew up to the second floor. And as you arrive up there, you can see that Kuraga is personally tending to the captains, pouring them lemon water.
God, this is
Oh my.
ridiculous.
Lemon water?
Yeah, lemon water, a fine delicacy for only those who can afford it in Rustbellow.
Lemonade?
Not lemonade, lemon water.
Okay.
And of course there's some grazing material too that you can feed on. They didn't assume that you were going to be coming in with a cauldron of brew, so they see you haul that up there, and immediately you've captured their attention as whatever conversation they were having halts.
Captains of the Round Table. I have a pirate's broth for you. I'll begin distributing out the pirate broth to everybody.
Yeah, as Kuraga catches on to what's going on here, and she starts fetching bowls and soup ladles. And you are free to pour a serving for each of them, and they adjust themselves in their seats and kind of take on a more business gesture about them as they watch suspiciously as each one is poured into a soup bowl, and they look up.
So it looks very like when it's poured, there's like a thick sauce to it, so it's kind of browny, like a light brown. But you could see shellfish with the shells still in there, kind of like poking through, and like various goopy eels, and you can see little trails of seaweeds and stuff like that, very thin at this point since it's been brewed. And a mysterious meat.
They all kind of lean in and smell it. And Captain Murdoch to be the first one to go in and... I say... What does the Dust of Deliciousness do exactly?
Okay. So the Dust of Deliciousness. Uh, it greatly improves the flavor, and it dulls the eater's senses. Anyone eating food treated with this dust has disadvantage on wisdom ability checks and wisdom saving throws for 1 hour, and this is enough to flavor 6 servings. So basically, I would assume whoever gets the first 6 bowls of this are the ones that are affected.
No. It's a business meeting, so we give them small portions. Well, probably not enough that's potent. I want it to be delicious.
I will,
It's all mixed in. So...
because I'm interested in this, I'm increasing that number of servings to 9 or 10.
Okay, great.
I want all of them to eat this powder. So, Captain Rodok looks around. This is really good. You need to try this. So all of them begin slurping. And what should have been, a polite slurp and then let's talk about business, they take a slurp, and another slurp, another slurp, and then they're just like chowing down.
Have we successfully bribed them? Is this successful?
And they go, this is a dinner before meal agenda. Have a seat. And they just start going to town. Mysterious meat and all. It's going down the hatch.
It's going down the hatch.
Would you find, captains, care to guess the secret ingredient?
Is there Captain Chandler looks in the bowl, kind of tries to figure out the different flavors. The secret ingredient is it sea cucumber?
No.
Is this gonna hurt our chance?
Yeah, can I roll to see if I know if they find out it's dog, it'll be bad? Is Pudge telling the truth that dog is a delicacy here?
Is this people? Has Pudge been here before?
Pudge has been here, and he has been here to eat. He's been food touring.
Okay.
But I'll let the DM decide if that is canon or if that is Pudge's imagination.
Of course it's canon.
Of course it's canon.
Yeah.
Pudge has been everywhere.
Pudge has been everywhere.
I just immediately believed Pudge because it was food. I would think that it would be heretical for Pudge to lie about food.
The secret ingredient for you old, curvy dogs is actually Rustboro dogs.
Captain Chandler begins coughing.
No.
Is that one of the newer captains?
Wait. Yeah, question. We don't have name tags.
It's also
Oh, you
good.
don't?
We don't see name tags. You
I
have to,
went
like...
in advance and tried to make sure that you guys could see that off the bat. Damn it.
Oh, it's like a business meeting. Why is the blue one?
Edit token properties. Nameplate.
Is she a shark? Is she a shark person?
Oh, I forgot to hit that button. Damn it. Why did they make this so stupid? There we go.
I don't know. Gotta be honest, it's easier to use than the D&D Beyond map thing.
Well, it better be. This has been around for far longer.
It better be.
I always shit on Roll20's development team because I'm like, you guys have been around for years. There's no fucking reason that this platform hasn't been more developed than it is.
What's their staff?
Who knows?
I'm just curious. 2 guys.
2 guys and a blowfish.
Considering Hasbro just laid off like a third of their force, which includes What,
For roll
see?
20?
No, no. I thought we were talking about Wizards of the Coast.
No. I was talking about D&D Beyond, or we're talking about roll 20 because they've been here for so long, and it's like, well, how big is their crew?
I have no idea.
Roll20's been around since we were in high school. I'm like, they've been around for a long time.
Listen, there's a
It
guy
was
who.
so long ago that you were in high school.
Yeah.
I'm almost 30. I'm getting there.
I graduated high school 18 years ago.
Let's see here. Is there any other names that aren't showing? I think Baymaster.
Jen's single personality trait. Old.
Old. Mm. Old and I have two, old and slutty.
Do all tokens have a name?
No. Let me refresh the game.
Yeah,
Actually,
let's
same.
refresh.
Well, also, I'm thinking about the guy who made Dwarf Fortress. He's been making that game like alone for years. No.
No.
What the fuck? Why are they not showing?
So it could be just literally two people who do this on the side. We're spoiled by big projects being very big.
Big projects being very big. Fuck me. Okay, hold on. There we go. Oh my god, Roll20, you little shits. I had to click I had to enable 4 different options to get this to fucking work. There.
I'll be right back. I need to wash my hand.
I just want them to see the names of the tokens. Fuck.
That's it. Picking up my cat. Oh, never mind. She ran away.
It's the time of day now where Buffy has decided that I have spent too much time sitting at the computer and not enough time paying attention to the cat, and so she's just wandering around my feet, bumping into them and meowing piteously at me.
Mine just scratches the shit out of my feet.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to be picked up.
Pay attention to me, but don't touch me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna put that cat on top of your head too?
Absolutely not. Buffy is not a you can do whatever you want to me type of cat.
Buttons is like that, or Boo Boo's like that.
Okay, you get down.
Yeah, that's what Buttons is like. I'm trying to train Buttons to be okay with handling a little bit more. But they
Alright.
mostly like to sit on top of my desk next to me.
Do these tokens have names now?
No.
I don't believe you. Refresh again.
Maybe put the tokens on there?
Oh, what a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, try dragging
on.
out the new tokens. Oh, Captain
Yeah.
Murdoch's there.
There we go.
Murdoch.
I didn't want to have to reorganize these fucks. Here we go.
Mute.
Muzag. Captain Eastfront.
Muzaga?
Mazuga.
Mizuga.
Mazaga. Well, we'll hear what Quentin says, because this is Quentin.
Voss. Dude looks
Cat.
Russian.
You see the captains?
All of these captains are so hot.
Including Muzoga.
If you think that Manon wouldn't, you are wrong.
Certified monster fucker?
Absolutely. She talked about how she likes furry titties last game.
No,
Fitties.
she did not like whatever that was.
There we go.
Best part about fucking someone with fitties is getting the kneading afterwards.
Yes. Biscuits. Aftercare is great. You get biscuits.
There you go. Now you can see what these assholes look like and tie their looks to their personalities.
So, who? It was Captain. Who took my
Stra-
soup?
So the one
Sure.
who coughed afterward was Chandler.
Okay.
After you admitted the dog thing, the rest of them kind of like.
Captain Chandler has no respect for tradition.
No taste.
Captain Chandler looks like a fancy bitch.
I'm looking around. Are all
I bet he
nine
still has his eye under there.
Manon is now going to make it her mission to see if he's still got his eye under there in the course of this meeting.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so they devour their meals. The effects of Dust of Deliciousness have taken effect. And I will give you a homebrew bonus with the Dust of Deliciousness that your persuasion checks have a +2 bonus to them.
Ooh.
And they would also... Excellent.
And then
Are
they've
all
got the
9
wisdom checks and
captains-
save disadvantage.
Yeah, so if they were trying to tell, if we lied and they tried to tell, they'd have disadvantage. I was trying to figure out how it would work.
Okay. So they finished the meal. And that, it looks like they had kind of lost control there for a little bit as they just started devouring. And as they finish their bowls and they take a moment, they get their wits back about them, and they all kind of take a moment to breathe and get their bearings straight again. And then they go back into their business stance.
Business stance.
They have little napkins and they dab themselves. Baymeister Calthorpe, who had also fallen victim to this, like kind of dries his beard as a little bit of soup got in there. He goes, Captains of the Round Table, thank you for your attendance today on such short notice, as we've had some interesting visitors here in town who needed to speak with you about prospective business dealings. I'll let them speak for themselves on what it is that they would like to beseech you on. Thank you for the meal. It was very delicious. Unfortunately, we have 3 captains not in attendance today as they are out at sea. But we do meet quorum, so we will move forward with this meeting.
Means that Captain Salem isn't here.
I yield the floor to the sorry, what do you call yourselves?
The only
OCC?
capable people.
Oh, no, I kick him. OCC.
I yield the floor to the OCC to make their presentation.
So I'll start and I'll just give them a rundown of the basics of the status of the wars. I understand it from like the Australithic League. The Australithic League is currently under siege from 2 fronts. We've been hired to assist in that. Here's our thought, blah blah blah, and I'll kick it over to somebody more persuasive than me to do that. I cast exposition, and then I kick it over to Pudge with his +9 right now to persuasion.
Wearing my new hat in game, my new chef's hat, and having fed the entire cast of pirates here.
Well said. So we would like to proposition the captains of the Round Table, in name of the Australithic League, to do piracy against the forces of the Jerusalem Empire and their collaborators. Whispers him in. What was that state again? That rump state?
The Trevinians.
The Trevinians, especially supplies going between them since you are so opportunely placed. We have the full rights of the Australithic League to do this. What say you? No, you're muted.
If you prompt them with a response, Captain Calthorpe will say, around the table, beginning with Captain Stratford, you have an opportunity, 3 minutes, to share your point of view on the matter. Captain Stratford, when you look at her, she has she actually has the biggest hat on the round table.
Somebody's compensating.
And she has big, frizzy, curly hair, and her eyes look to have been burnt. They are red flesh scar tissue. And she says, I am always one for chaos. I sail the seas looking to sink ships, collect treasure, and kill assholes. The Tervinians are... The Caliphate are pretentious assholes, and the Tervinians barbaric. My respect to them for holding their ground as much as they have, but, I think settling on a compromise at all is a mistake. What would you have my crew do if we were to work for you? Are you
Well-
wanting us to just blockade, or are you looking for us to attack the cities?
A blockade would be acceptable because they're getting supplies in, but attacking the cities directly would be the most beneficial and would likely gain you the most in goods
And
because
sorry to interrupt, but also Keeley retaking of the city of Krosla Chad.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
That is my only question at this time.
Chad, yes.
Captain Eastfront has nothing to comment. Captain Muzoga, after hearing about you talking about the Trevinian Republic, seems to be a little more invested than some of the other captains. As she says, I'm originally from Trovenhas. I became a pirate because I could not bear to watch my own districts and government claim to be independent and just in denial of the fact that the decisions they make are, at the end of the day, decided upon whether or not it would upset the Caliphate. I think what's happening between the nations in this war are by the hand of the Caliphate Supreme. I think that they did not consult the precursory for permission to do so. And I'd personally like to, if able to, contribute to stopping whatever it is that the Caliphate's doing and perhaps, at the very least, bruising that supreme asshole's ego.
Are they leaving time for us to answer questions?
Yeah.
That they... Okay. Captain Mazuga, I actually have it on the highest authority that the Caliphate did, in fact, make this deal on their own. Without consulting anyone and for their own benefit, without thinking about the well-being of their nation, of your nation.
Thank you for sharing this information for my consideration.
And by the highest authority, I mean that I heard it directly from Tamora.
She
Just-
looks not sure what to respond to that.
Just
They have like a little chess piece. It's like their speaking chess piece. She slides it over to Captain Murdoch. It's a little pawn.
it's the speaking stick.
Yeah. She slides it over to Captain Murdoch, who is the oldest looking person on the table.
Older than Baymeister Calthrop?
Quite possibly. They seem to be of similar ages, but Captain Murdoch, I think, for the reason that Captain Murdoch has been sailing and continues to sail at old age, he probably just looks older than Captain Calthorpe or Baymeister Calthorpe. Baymeister hasn't been a captain in a while. So Captain Murdoch has that unkempt hair, a more mature look about him, and he says, "We as the Round Table are in seats of privilege. Our spots here have been earned, but we have a responsibility to think of our collective when we make decisions here. That has not been an issue for us thus far, but given the nature of this meeting and how it's so personal to some of us, we need to step lightly when we choose to say something or come to a conclusion. I think what's going on out there in the world is terrible, but I mean, things out there have been terrible for so long, and that's why many of us choose to live here. I don't speak on behalf of Baymeister Calthorpe, but the precedent has been we have rules and laws here that we have to adhere to, regardless of our own personal beliefs or philosophies. And rules and regulations have put constraints on what we can do when we're faced with problems. And that requires some creative thinking and problem solving. Sometimes we just have to eat the cost of whatever it is. But I just want to make sure to remind everyone what we're here to ultimately do.
This is Zach, this isn't Legion, but you're pirates. What the fuck?
He slides it over to Captain Chandler.
I watch Captain Chandler really closely to see if I think that they're wearing this eye patch for affectation or if they actually have a disfigurement underneath it.
Okay. Captain Chandler speaks in a Nemoran accent.
Oh no.
Well, you see, the Trovinian Republic, they're making deals with the Durasval Empire. Frankly, if we get in the middle of that, the Durasval Empire, what if they come after us, like, just decide, you know what, let's just march them to Rosbello and burn them down.
Do you think you're not on the list already?
No, we've had no business dealings with Durasval, and they have no reason to be against us. What do they have to gain by killing us?
Do you think that the ambitions of the Durasval Empire stops at your borders?
I do, because we don't even have borders.
Do you think they agree that there is no such thing? You are in a haven. I admire your city. I admire y'all's way of living. But I think you might be not thinking like the Durasval Empire. They've killed and conquered many neighbors. And you are not far. And you might not be you will be hated by them, and they will seek to destroy you if you allow them to just operate without opposition.
If you ask me to be honest, I think that we as pirates are unable to ultimately change the the end result of wherever this war is headed, and the benefit of us getting involved does not outweigh the risk of getting involved.
May I suppose? Man, go.
No,
No.
I'm still putting together my thought. Go for it.
May I propose to think of two things that can happen? Right now, you are in the balance of three nations. A coast that is free for you to reign through. Is there a map in the boardroom?
Not out on the table, but
They know what a map is.
Kuraga goes and pulls one out of a box and unrolls it.
Okay. You are surrounded by nations except north of you. You are in a peninsula. Right now, your success is because of your piracy through these different nations. If the Eastern Plains, the Australithic League, falls, and the Trevinian Republic falls under the Durisfal Empire sphere, you are right in between them. You will become an obstacle. So you may choose to do nothing, because this war has nothing to do with you. But the Durisfal Empire will not agree. And how long does it take until they have port cities and they see you as a problem? Now you say that you have no power to change things. I am literally here to tell you the opposite. Your efforts to disrupt them do matter. That is why we are here, to bring you in. That is my response.
3 minutes is up. Pass the pawn. As they slide the speaking stick over to Captain Voss.
Baymister doesn't get one? Oh, he just gets to observe?
He is facilitating the meeting to ensure that people are holding to their 3 minutes.
I refuse those.
He slides over the pawn to Captain Voss. Who happens to be a dwarf. Has the big beard and mustache.
Now, is he a Russian dwarf or a Scottish dwarf?
We'll find out what my voice box can do. Well, you see, we as pirates have agreed that only one crew can operate under one employer. Do you speak as... You come here speaking as a group. Do you represent one employer?
Yes.
We ourselves are not typically one employer, though.
Manon, do you have thoughts?
Like, we come from the Australithic League. Our goal is not exactly the same as the Australithic Leagues, is it?
We are literally here. We are literally here by permission of the Australithic League. We are not operating as independent agents.
Captain Voss looks at Captain Murdoch. Says, Captain Murdoch, I respect you trying to be the voice of reason here and ensure that we are all taking into account our responsibilities and of our roles as decision makers here of the collective. But may I remind you that getting involved in warfare and in the business of nations is not a crime. It is not forbidden here. Any individual captain and their crew can choose whatever job they want to take. Now, the nature of the job is not going to stop us from... Answer the door. What? Who's here? Whatever, I'll be right back.
Can Nick not answer the door?
It cracks me up that he's gonna answer the door wearing pirate garb.
I love it. So I think that Manon is going to make the play that while the charter only allows for one company to be hired, it doesn't prohibit people from making decisions based on their individual morals and what they would like to do. And I think she may pull the shard out as a trump card.
What's the shard gonna do?
Offer proof that the thing that is on the table is not simply war, but another collision.
Oh, that would work. I think the better play is instead of disrupting their system, because I think that is inherently disruptive to their system. I think there's a different thing, is that this is existential to your society. Instead of undermining your society, we should have a one-time collaboration of all the crews. So it's like, I agree with you, but instead of making one big crew, like all the little crew members feed up to one crew, why not make this a collective push? One united pirate push.
They keep asking if we're one employer. Well, there's 4 of us here. What if we try to be 4 employers?
This is Olivia's mind. I know what legalese Quentin is trying to use here, and I'm like, my actual business professional heart's like, no, but that might be practical, but I don't know if we'll get away with it.
Just some asshole marketer. I told him to fuck off.
Not now.
I'm busy,
Should've
can't you
answered
see?
with a hat on.
Can't you see I'm busy?
You see, it's not against the code or the rules to get involved in what goes on between nations. If we can profit off of it, we're allowed to do so. The obstacle here is that you all come here as one employer asking for help against such a big job. Which, I mean, frankly, a crew of the round table we are large companies and we can do great feats. So frankly, if you hire one of us to do a job for you, it's likely, as long as you're not asking for incredible feats, that we could be of great use to you. But that's for you to share with us. Do you need more than one crew? And if so, I personally think that there is a way to come to a win-win for all parties if we get creative.
Elaborate?
I want to hear from you all. Do you think you need more than one crew?
Yes.
I think that the fate of the continent, if not this plane of existence, might be hanging in the balance of how successful we are in this task.
Well,
In
you
fact, I know that the fate of this plane of existence is hanging partially on how successful we are in this task.
Well, you sound very noble and you mean well. But I'll be frank. If I'm speaking for myself, the words you're saying, sensationalistic. ultimately, me and my crew are not here to do good for the fate of the world or anything like that. We're here to make money. And if you can promise a big haul from this, I'm interested. I don't speak on behalf of the other crews, but I'm not willing to work for you all. He points over at Manon. I'm willing to work for you.
Like pointing at me.
You and I
Or
make
at-
a deal, and you have my crew. The rest of you, fuck off.
Oh. Okay. All right.
All right.
I want 3,000 gold.
All right.
How long do you think this project lasts? How long do you need me to blockade for?
Well, I think that depends on how successful you all are and how much Chardlin crystal you're interested in hauling. Liberating, if you will.
It is a common practice when we're hired by people to do sabotage of some kind, that we are told, well, for the smaller crews, exposure. But for us, we're often bribed with the idea that we can keep whatever is hauled afterward. And we take that into account in our pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, yes, absolutely. The deal would be for you to keep what you liberate.
very good. In that case, then that influences my upfront price tag. If you cannot give me an exact timeline, if you want me to hold down the fort until your needs are met indefinitely, I'm willing to do that at a premium. Me and my crew, we'll say the first 3 days of blockade, 500 gold a day.
All right. I can agree to that price.
If we go longer than that, then let's renegotiate. Of course, should my crew well, I suppose if we all if our ship sinks and we all perish, at the end of the day, I guess you owe nothing.
That is one of the benefits of outsourcing your work, and one of the detriments of being outsourced.
It sure is. That is my deal, that is all. Captain Calthorpe looks frustrated with what Voss is doing, as the others kind of look at what he just did and go,
Wait. I have a point of inquiry. What's on your mind, man?
Oh, I was just going to say that as Pudge is asking his questions and everything else is happening, Manon has pulled a sheet of paper from her pack and has the letter of writ from what's his fuck down, and is looking at the legalese in this letter of writ and spending this time writing up what she believes is a fair and binding contract for Captain Voss.
I don't know how to write legalese.
Baymaster. Murdoch has stated a position that he was contracting to us individually, not the Australithic League. Does this then mean our group, separate from Manon, mean we can also contract one of your crews? Or is Captain Murdoch having a alternative position on the interpretations of your rules.
So the one who hired Manon is Captain Voss, who had
Voss.
beef with Murdoch. Calthorpe is biting his lip, thinking about it, and he goes, "Captain Voss is correct. It is not illegal to get involved in the war by way of contract with an employer. Each captain of their own vessel has the autonomy and authority to make a deal with an employer, regardless of the nature of the work. Captain Voss has done nothing to go against our accord."
So, if I contracted another captain as well, that would not go against it?
No, it would not.
Might I propose, this is a spitball of an idea, but forgive me if I don't fully understand your laws and rules. I think what is going on is a great opportunity for you. Yes, we can go on about morals. Yes, I heard many people talk about morals, but you can't eat morals. But there is a line right between the Dursfall Empire and this Rump Republic that's divided. I say Rustbellow should be more ambitious. Because you are ultimately will be swept away if the Dursfall Empire succeeds. But I think this is an opportunity for you to get rich and maybe get back at certain powers of the region. I think that you should all act to profit yourselves simultaneously. The Travonian Republic and its coasts are ripe for plunder. Supply lines from the Dursfall Empire goes. Well, don't we all like a little bit of competition? Why should this just be one captain's fun?
Your 3 minutes is up. They come back around to Captain Stratford. Before we go again for another round of discussion, does your party have any further input?
I'm going to the rest of the party. Legion and sorry, I keep forgetting your name. No, Kazdal. Kazdal is a local fame here.
Oddly quiet during this discussion. At the moment, have nothing to contribute that my cohorts here haven't already said.
We also have nothing to contribute.
I will add that while some of you, Captain Voss, who has graciously accepted my employ, are solely motivated by the appeal of money, fame, and power, as many of us are. I know that some of us are motivated by morals and ethics of our own nature. And I would add, in addition to the regular strife of war and the opportunity for blockade and wealth in great measure, the Caliphate is allowing the Durisfal Empire to use space in the Travonian Republic to turn slaves, prisoners of war, and soldiers by means of torture, demonic and arcane into abominations and super soldiers. and part of our goal in doing this is to stop this egregious misuse of power that doesn't necessarily belong to him.
And in addition to that, we'll look at Mizoga and Murdoch, and if you have any care or concern for the people of Trevinus, or any care for your morals, that is definitely something to consider.
If that is all, then we move to Captain Stratford, who she has fetched a bottle of booze and leans back in her chair with a smile. So, which of you boys want my crew and how much you got? Anyone?
We'll take any help we can get in 2000.
Legion, you don't just state your full amount.
I didn't.
You can all. That would also be with the same offer of keeping your hall.
Very good. What are you going to have us do?
How do you feel about directly attacking? How the fuck do you pronounce that? Freinendorf?
Brennan.
Attacking Fernandorf?
Just
Sure,
go
I can
ahead.
do that. Any
Thinking,
stipulations on who gets attacked?
I look at.
Or do you want to just go in there and burn down the town?
Oh. Can you go after official government buildings?
Now that's going to cost you a pretty penny.
Well, actually, can you go after the factory district?
Manufacturing? Well, that should be fun.
Preferably, manufacturing where it looks like the goods that are coming out are people.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down. So, I mean, you're getting pretty specific at this point, which is good. I don't know where that factory is. Can you tell me?
Do I know where that factory is? I don't know.
Hold on. I can find out. I'll sit down and I'll cast Commune.
This is in the middle of the meeting. 10 minutes. Give me.
Continue on with your negotiations. I can get more. I'll see what kind of specifics I can get for you.
Oh, she's casting that holy magic. Okay. Look, I am.
I will say our
details-
friend is not holy.
Details to be discussed, but you and me, Metal Man. Sorry, what was your name again?
Our name is Legion.
Legion. Captain Stratford. Very much at your service. Details to be discussed, but the 2,000 gold sounds pretty good as an opening negotiation. That is all. She slides the pawn down. Captain Eastfront, who had been quiet in the last round of conversation, looks down. She says, I, as a captain, am responsible for my crew and my personnel. The reason why my company has done so well is because we have wonderful retention, we'll call it. And we don't bite off more than we can chew. I don't think that this job is suitable for my people, and I'm not interested in getting tied up in a war. That is all. She slides it down.
Fair enough.
Captain Muzoga says, I was interested in Metal Man, but looks at the Dragonborn. But I've been here for a while, and I know about the Fallen Dawn. Look. How do I know you don't have ties to the Durisfall Empire? Because last I've heard, two of your friends have been causing issues.
I had split with them some long years back. It was after we had left Rospello behind. In the grasslands of of the Durisfall Empire. I actually had lost contact and had been looking for them for some time, but that is besides the point. What I mean to tell you is that them and I are no longer affiliated.
Well, if
This
anything,
fort
I
is-
know you're capable. You all look like mercenary adventurers, and I appreciate you coming here looking for our expertise. And it's good to have one of the Fallen Dawn back. It's been a while. May I just ask a personal question and inquire as to what you adventurers clearly will be doing while we're handling this work for you?
I believe our next objective is to go to the Republic.
Is it my understanding that you'll be fighting alongside our crews?
Probably.
Yeah.
Most likely, yes.
We did float the idea of liberating Crozel Chat, though.
But also stopping those factories is also very tasty.
Out of character real quick, our goal is to pretty much make it so there's not a war on two fronts. So liberate Crozel Chad, stop whatever's going on with Trevinius, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Out of table, I'm like, honestly, there's a split society on the south, and I'm like, oh, revolution, I see.
Let's throw over a government.
Well, there's
pretty
two
much
governments.
Let's overthrow the bad government and
The Caliphate.
The Caliphate's the bad government, and they're the ones that are partnered with Durisfall and get letting them use the land and all that.
Yeah.
I think that our attention is going to be essentially between the Trevenian Republic and Crozel Chad. In an
Mhm.
attempt
Liberate
to
Crozel Chad.
eliminate the coming from the south. There is a chance that we are going to get called to the defense of Solheim, though.
Overthrow the government. Depends on how capable Legion is.
Yeah, how capable the other legions are.
They
I mean,
should be
which is
the
pretty
only-
capable, I think.
The only capable Legion on the continent.
Yes.
what if all those 1,000 legions can summon an echo?
Well, no, because your Echo is
My echo is
No.
another one of my souls.
it's another soul, so
You guys are running out of souls here if you keep this up.
Every time my echo dies, you lose a soul. Scratch off.
No, it's the same soul.
So,
it just returns.
It's the serial killer that's in here.
Captain Muzoga, after hearing your answer to that, just was out of curiosity. I'm happy to work for you. I personally have not had a chance to work with the Fallen Dawn, and I'd like to see what you can do.
I may have to.
Of course,
recall
as
some old friends.
as my employer, you are not obligated to fight by our side, but I'd be interested.
I will take that into consideration.
Now, I'm going to have to pay my crew. Though I am personally invested in this, so I'll give you a good deal. You want my crew to attack Frienendorf, or is there something else that you want?
So Stratford's, we agreed, would be the one targeting Friedendorf. Mizoga. I'm trying to think of, like, on this map, the bottom part of the continent for the Jovinian Republic is cut off. Is there, like, a way to sail around over to, like, the southern side? Or, like, what?
Here's real
does that
talk.
look like?
Namora is making deals on every side of the war and every side not involved in the war. Trovenhaus, I assure you, is receiving commerce from either Caldore or Namora. So if you want anybody to sail over there and deal with that, I'd be happy to. Trovenhaus is my home city anyway. Though I'm no war woman. At least I haven't been in a while.
Having someone who's familiar with the land do that portion of just dealing with limiting the help that Trovenhaus receives would definitely be a good boon to us.
Though it is worth mentioning. I think you're aware the Trovinians haven't been using any forces in the attack against the Australithic League, so their military stands by in full force in the defense of their nation. I want you to understand that when you make these requests of us. But if me stirring up trouble can enable you and the Australithic League to do something of significance, then I'm happy to play my part.
I'll have to think about this one for a moment. I'm also curious to see what Captain Murdoch would have to say.
Suit yourself. Slides it over. There is one of you left to make a deal with. I've been in the pirate business for quite a while. Almost 30 years now. I've seen my fair share of world stage politics and how everything trickles down to people like us. You have a crew hired to blockade the capital, an attacking force on Friedendorf, and a blockade on Friedendorf, Krozalchad. I don't remember what you had said about that part.
I believe it was a blockade and Krozalchad.
Blockade, but no liberation.
If, theoretically, you were to be lent to my crew, what would you ask of us?
I would ask for a liberation of Krozalchad. But I know that your specialty is one thing: making money. I think the liberation of Krozalchad at any means necessary is permissible.
I will openly share that my crew in my 30 years has never assaulted the city. We have taken down great beasts of Leviathan, sank mighty vessels, but we have never pillaged.
Have you liberated before?
No. But I stand here open-minded only because I'm not so sure Captain Chandler, he looks over, would be willing to put his precious safety on the line.
Not looking at Captain Chandler, say to Captain Murloc. Anybody who has issues with a good scurvy dog might not be of captain material for our task.
True to the nature of my profession, no job is off the table. But bearing in mind my experience and the long tenure of my crew, you would be hiring the best of the best in the business. And the risk that we would undertake all come into play in our pricing. How much do you have to put on the table?
$160,000 gold. Or 1,600 gold. What I'm offering you is front pay. But when I mean any means necessary, I do not think any city held by the Durasfall Empire prospers well. I do not think people live well. But I do know they collect those resources. And although it may sound like villainous pillaging, I think it is better that the city doesn't go to the Durasfall Empire at all. And any resources claimed in any manner taken is fair war prize. Though I may not be able to offer much, I do offer you a city.
Make a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
And add your...
Add 2 to that?
Yep.
22.
If the other crews are indeed participating in disrupting their operations,
It'll be a lot easier.
then I'd be willing to come down on price a little bit, because I think the risk is decreased by a margin. 1,600 is a bit low.
Well,
But also, I know you're offering up what's in the city, but frankly, we always take that into account.
well, I'm signed on. Mandan, I believe, is signing some looks at document paper.
I'm sitting crisscross applesauce. The document's next to me. I'm like,
Are they
the holy coin is floating. It's weird.
are they fully aware that they get pardoned, or specifically, Captain Murdoch is like pardoned from whatever loot he takes from Grozelchad, even though it's part of the Eastern Plains?
Yeah,
Soul
he just said, yeah, he fully understood.
Yeah, we're desperate at this point.
Like, there's
But
been
yes,
no
the-
repercussions to him taking whatever he wants.
Yeah, they this is the deal. They know that we're not going to come back and like say, "Hey, you're convicted for crimes of looting." It's like, no, we gave you permissions to loot. And I think my character would definitely make that offer because one, he doesn't really care. It's kind of evil. It's kind of villainous.
I'm interested in taking this job with you, Mr. Pudgilus. Was it?
Yes, pugilous.
I want to make this deal work. I think that my crew would benefit from it. But I think I need a little more up front. Is there anything that you can pull from your resources? Perhaps another 400 gold?
A hand pudge. I will sleight of hand. Oh, no, I'm in the middle of communing. I don't know. I was like, I would give
Oh.
money towards it.
Can I
Look-
hand just put a cloak of protection in Pudge's hands and be like,
Cloaks of protection. Might
That-
need this
If
for
that's
being.
if that's thrown in,
Mhm.
we have an accord.
We have an accord.
we have an accord.
I like grab his hand and he gets to touch the sweaty palms of Pugilus.
He takes it, and while others may be repulsed, he doesn't seem to give two shits. At the conclusion of this business, we'll go over to Manon as you've had some time to drown out the noise behind you and focus on your communion. And you don't see her, but you can hear her and feel her presence as you establish contact.
Hey, Tamora, I thought you'd like to know that the double-headed coin trick works every time still. A couple questions for you. So, is there a factory for the Dursfall Empire super soldiers in Friesendorf?
Within your hand you find a coin, and you feel communicated to you not in words, but in the wisdom and understanding of your goddess. Understand that head means yes, tails means no. And you flip the coin, and when you catch it, it says heads.
In that case, will attacking the manufacturing district directly in Friesendorf be beneficial to our cause?
The coin flips, and it lands on heads.
In that same vein, will a direct counterattack on Krozeltrad liberate the city?
You flip the coin. Given your past questions, it comes to a heads.
Since moving to Texas.
All right. I will, when I come out of commune, I'll relay that information to everyone.
You come out of your communion, and you find, taking a moment to catch up to what's happened here, each of the members of your party have successfully hired a crew from the round table.
Excellent. I'll give them this information as additional intel to aid in direction and success and all of that. Captain Chandler, did not accept our was completely uninterested. I still want to know what's behind that fucking eye patch. And so I will sleight of hand cast Mage Hand.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm a 38, and I will have the Mage Hand flip up his eye patch.
Jesus Christ!
What a menace.
Is your mage hand invisible, or is it
It
like?
is.
Yeah.
It's invisible because
Look,
because of
hand
the
comes
arcane
across the
trickster
room.
robe. No, because I'm an arcane trickster. My mage hand is invisible.
Amazing. Yeah, you have it float up silently. Flip! And you can see an eye underneath it like start blinking because he had it closed presumably when he had it over it. And when it flips up and he starts blinking, you can see a perfectly functioning eye. And he goes, "Oh,
Oh no, my dark vision!
He's a faux pirate. He's a faux pirate.
Right.
Though make a perception check.
27.
There's something up about that eye.
Oh.
It's not just a regular eyeball. Something funky.
Something funky.
Make an Arcana check.
All right. Get out of here.
Talking to your cat again?
No.
Get out of here.
Oh, that's a 12. I'm clearly much better at some things than others.
Yeah, no idea. Something noticeable
Something
about
funky. Okay. I wonder, I think briefly to myself about whether or not I should attempt when he goes to sleep tonight to steal his eyeball. But I dismissed that as too much fuckery given the circumstances in the world.
I was like, across the table, if we had time, I went, you should totally fuck him and figure out.
Holy fuck. That's an idea.
Like, use your power, use your pussy powers for, you know.
Use your -1 charisma to try to seduce the,
It's just natural. It's just natural. I don't know. Maybe it's because she's a ranger. People are really attracted to that like outdoorsy smell. I don't know.
Bitches do be liking the teak wood scent.
Oh, I love teak wood.
See?
Nick wears that, and I'm just like, that's dangerous. You can't be wearing that. Yeah. So you guys finish your business dealings, and when Murdoch seals the deal, Captain Voss says, "I think this meeting is done. Baymeister, do you have any concerns or other table items to address while we're present? Or may we be dismissed?" The Baymeister, who has his little pipe, takes a puff. The OCC has presented their case. I believe you've gotten the help that you're seeking to what we are able to provide. If there is no further discussion on any matter, then I adjourn this meeting. Bonk. I leave you to conduct your business dealings. You'll have to excuse me, it is dinner time.
Would you
But
like?
you just ate.
He goes
Turns
over
out
and
the,
takes the last of the pot and takes it with him.
yeah, he's like, you'll have to excuse me as he takes the cauldron and starts walking it down the stairs.
Disrespectfully getting red and scooping up the liquids that are remaining.
Legion's gonna ask Captain Stratford if he could put a receipt on her hat. Wax seal and everything.
Do not touch the hat.
You don't motion to the one on my shoulder
She-
like this?
You want to put it on her?
Or like on her hat.
Oh, I thought she was doing a titty reveal.
No,
I was
no, no,
like,
yeah,
what the?
like she says, no, we don't put that here. We don't touch the hat. That she unbuttons her vest, and it reveals like a blouse kind of thing underneath, and she says, "You put it there."
Oh, okay. I mean, this wax is hot. Okay, if you're into that.
Is she also a robot fucker?
New kink spread throughout the city. Fucking robot fuckery.
You know, if you have a vibrator, technically you're a robot fucker.
No, you revealed the truth. You cannot say
It
these
is a
things.
robot.
You know,
I'm gonna leave.
they crucified Jesus because he said the
He
truth.
told the truth.
Captain Stratford, it looks less so that she's intentionally flirting with the robot, and it's more like her default state is just hooker.
Game respects game.
Game respect gay.
She's not she's not necessarily interested in you. She's just like, she just presents that way to everything.
Oh, okay. Gets you how to sell everything.
East Front, as if just uninterested in this whole meeting, is like, this was a waste of time, just gets up and leaves.
What the hell did East Front want?
Nothing, apparently. Wait.
I'll use my mage hand to just loosen the buckle on her. Like if she's wearing a sword belt, I'll use my mage hand to loosen the buckle on her sword belt.
Who are we harassing?
That harassing is the right word here.
The sword buckle drops and hits the ground, and she turns around, looks at the party as Kuraga scurries over and picks it up and hands it to her and says, "Oh my god, here, I'm so sorry." She goes, "Nothing, it just, I guess my belt was a little loose," as she proceeds down the stairs.
My belt was loose.
Chandler, after flipping out over his eye reveal, gets up and scurries. "Have a good day. Good evening, whatever," as he scurries away. The rest of the captains who made deals with will stick around, work out the finer details with you all as to what your needs and expectations are.
Oh.
They will request that the gold be provided today up front so that they can go and get their supplies organized, their staff put together, and then head off.
All right. I will suggest that we do this over drinks.
Well, they're not going to say no to that.
All right, so let me subtract 160 platinum from me.
I give Captain Voss 150 platinum to cover the 3 days of blockade we negotiated, and also the contract that I wrote up.
Maybe I should do some pirating. I need some money now.
I will give Captain Stratford the 2,000 gold I said up front, and then I will do the wax seal on her blouse.
Clearly, it does some burn damage to her skin, but she cares not.
She's kind of into it.
Oh, okay. Legion just goes, wow, really, this place has been weird. This better not awaken something in us.
Legion installs a wax warmer.
I mean, looks at Halberd.
All right, Legion, go ahead.
Hold on, I gotta do some weird math here.
Yeah, how many wax warmers can we put into you?
No, I need to figure out because I had some gold and a lot of platinum, and I got rid of all the gold, and now I gotta figure out how much platinum I need to get rid of.
There you go.
All right. Do you think we can cut it here today?
God, I'm poor.
Is there anything of note that you want to finish the day out with?
Nope. I will sleep with any of the captains if they're interested. I won't ask them, but if they approach me, I will absolutely sleep with any of them.
Is that against any pirate ethics?
Absolutely not.
Oh, get you a discount if you know what I mean.
But nobody approaches you.
Mm.
And they all seem to have a business mindset about them as they take the gold, and immediately their intentions are to get started on the job that they've been hired to do. So
Respectful.
they'll do the courtesy drinks with you to talk about business, and then they're off to the races. And you pretty much, I mean, this meeting took a while, so it's later into the night at this point, and you can choose to do a long rest if you want to get to the next day.
Alrighty.
Is that an actual long rest, or is man gonna do the man thing?
Oh, the sex.
The segs.
Oh no.
Lesbian.
Oh, you pick up 6 people from the bar.
As they call it, Lesbian Lex.
Damn.
I'll pick 6 different people.
Okay.
Manon got game.
It's like the raffle.
Very good. Yes, you all are able to spend another night for 2 silver per room. And we will end the session there and pick up on the following day next week.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I liked it. A lot of RP.
Mm-hmm.
Also negotiations.
Also negotiations.
I did
Negotiations
think
were short.
that Pudge. I did think that Pudge's drifting accent was really funny, because I could hear you get more like Victorian businessman-y every time you tried to like do negotiations.
That's the real horrible thing is like Pudgeless is not supposed to play that role, and I was definitely playing him out of character. But also like, that's me. That was just me going through it.
I know.
Yeah, that's the secret. It was just me wanting to negotiate. I want to negotiate pirate contracts, actually.
Yeah.
Let's just
Excellent.
hope that none of them betray us, or even the ones we didn't make deals with go to the other guys.
It's okay. What are they gonna do? I mean, the thing is, like, we theoretically gave money, so Dursfall doesn't give them money. I hope none of the Dursfall actually have a brain and go, pirates.
What if they don't have money? They used it all making their super soldier program, and now they're just like, we went all in on this, so we got to use this.
They invented the fiat system.
Dude, that's like the secret power of the Empire. They don't have any money.
They claim they have money, and they hand you the money saying it's money. And that's all they have to do.
It's money. You just literally gave me like 5 pieces of lint and twine. How is this money?
How did you give me pieces of paper and I've agreed now this is money?
The Roman Empire had a funny game where they had mints throughout the Empire, So where every major military sector there was a mint. So they found out throughout the years you can get older coins and they have like a certain amount of gold, but they were debasing the currency. So they were taking out the proportions of gold. So late Empire gold, not worth shit. It was actually lighter. You could rub off the gold.
Just rub off the gold.
Yeah, they were going through really bad inflation. So much they abandoned currency. They started doing in-kind taxation, meaning if you were a pig farmer, you paid your tax in pigs.
Makes sense.
Wow.
Why did the Roman Empire collapse? I don't know. Could be anything.
Could be anything. Alrighty. Enjoy. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Tuesday for dungeon crawling.
Tuesday.
For dungeon, I gotta figure out what trap.
For dungeon crawling.
Which traps are where.
You have a few days.
We're fighting a heart.
You're fighting a heart, right? And you're not gonna have a barbarian.
The barbarian.
So,
Yikes.
Lorik,
Yes.
You're a barbarian now.
you're gonna be needed on Tuesday.
Okay.
Especially since
Tuesday.
Brad's not gonna be around.
Okay. I won't be there on Tuesday. I work
All right.
3 p.m. to 11.
Wrong answer. Wrong
Ooh.
answer.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy the children's birthday party. Q.
I will.
Go as the pirate.
Go as a pirate.
Go take a nap, Zach.
All right. Bye.
I'm
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.